Moments is not a new game mode. It was added last year as part of FIFA 23, but this year it should have a bigger impact. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you absolutely everything that you need to know and share the best way in which you can grind moments. But before we do get into the video, we need to highlight today's video sponsor, U4GM. U4GM offers cheap, fast and reliable EAFC coins so that you won't need to go through what we're sharing within this video. You don't need to grind moments, and likewise you don't need to grind any other game mode, because you can simply use the link in the description down below, head over to U4GM, select how many coins you would like, the platform that you play on, and to make this even better, at checkout, you can also use Fanatic to get a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below, and thank you U4GM for sponsoring today's video. So as said, Moments is not new. It was first added as part of FIFA 23, and the premise in itself is very simple. Instead of needing the time to play a full 10-minute game within squad battles, or potentially a 15-minute game online, you will play clips, highlights. Moments will be simple challenges, certain amount of passes, score a goal from a set piece, get an assist, keep a clean sheet, don't lose possession, and so on. There will be loads of different challenges, and each one of these should hopefully only last a couple of minutes, some even less than a minute, depending on the overall difficulty. But by completing these, you will not be rewarded with coins. Instead, you'll be rewarded with stars. The stars can then be redeemed for various rewards. You'll be able to go and find packs, which will always be there, but then you'll also be able to unlock seasonal rewards, all of which are tradable. And there can be some pretty decent pack rewards every single season. So let's actually go through the best way to grind. There are some foundation moments which will always be available. These will teach you the basics of the game mode, plus also there are some which will ramp up in difficulty, where you will need to play from beginner, amateur, semi-pro, professional, and gradually increase. These ones are typically the best to start. They're fairly easy to go through, especially the ones which are even increasing in difficulty, because it's the exact same layout every single time. The hardest part, and a bit that's going to take the most time, is for you to actually build a team of the relevant rating and also chemistry. Now, with each and every single challenge that you go through, if you're playing it on the lowest possible difficulty, you will only be able to get 1 star. But if you increase the difficulty, you can increase the amount of stars that you get. Now, unfortunately, and this was a problem last year, and it looks like it's going to be a problem this year, is that you can't increase the difficulty of every single challenge. So in most challenges, you will only be able to go and get 1 star, but you will also be able to get a bonus after completing a story being the full collection of those challenges. Now, as said earlier, when we were going through the basic premise, you can use stars to head over to the star gallery where you can find your pack rewards, and it's split into 2 separate sections. You have your packs where you can find a gold and premium pack, but it's not worth going for these. You want to go for your seasonal rewards. However, not every seasonal reward is created equal. You'll find that at the beginning, it's the ones that require the least amount of stars, and they tend to be consumable packs. Not really worth going for. You want to be pushing for the rewards which are right at the far end. This is the best of the best. You can get 81 plus player packs for defenders, midfielders, attackers, ultimate packs, rare player packs, mega packs, you name it. It can all be at the end. Downside is that there will be a limit on what you can do per season. Typically, it's 1 of each. So for you to get the most out of moments, you need to be focusing on the challenges which will give the most stars, which are somewhat easier to complete compared to the rest. And then you only want to be using the stars that you get on those highest rewards. The second that you unlock every single one of them, you need to wait until the next season, which is certainly not going to appeal to most players. It certainly didn't last year. But if you are willing to grind this and put in the time, you could have hundreds of stars available, especially if you put the grind in early on, for you to continuously open all of these rewards every single time a new season starts. It's also not a bad idea for you to take advantage of this by grinding stars now, building up as much as possible, and then once the major events happen, once we get around into December where we have some sort of Christmas promo, or following that going into Team of the Year, or even following that where we go into Team of the Season towards the end of the year, This is a game mode which will pay out big. It certainly did for loads of players last year through FIFA 23, despite EA not giving enough content. Now already EA seems to have provided a bit more content compared to last year, but it's still way too soon to say. They did a reasonable job within the first month of Moments in FIFA 23. However, after that, especially after the first season, they really let things go. And challenges, they were broken. They would all only give out 1 star, and there was a very small percentage of players who kept on playing. There is also another thing that you can do with Moments which can't really be done with other game modes, and that is the players that you get available as a loan. Every single season, EA will release a story around a particular player. They've already started to do it for Sam Kerr as part of EAFC. Now for you to complete these challenges, it requires you to have Sam Kerr within your starting 11. Now of course, that is fine to go and put that as a requirement, except Sam Kerr is already very expensive and only a small percentage of players in Ultimate Team do have her. So EA will gift out loan players which you can find under the star gallery. The good thing with this is that it requires 0 stars, so you just need to head over to her and claim. Now when going to use Sam Kerr within your starting 11 to complete Moments do not take any contracts from players, so they do not count as full games. And of course, when it doesn't count as a full game, any type of loan player that you have for a certain amount of matches, none of them count. So you can keep on using them indefinitely. But that's not just for loan players you get from Moments, that's loan players in general. And that's why I recommend that you build a full loan player team. A loan player team definitely has its benefits in Ultimate Team because yes, you can get these loan players who typically are going to be better than what you're able to get in just pack in general. EA are going to be more generous with a loan Mbappe than what they will be with an actual Mbappe. So by building a loan player team, it's likely on paper to be better than your actual team. And then you need to go and use that loan team in Moments and also friendlies. Now we're not talking about how to grind friendlies correctly, but friendlies is also another game mode which you can use in order for you to play matches, complete objectives, but friendly matches do not count to your contracts. This will make Moments 100 times easier, even when you need to go through challenges which are at that higher difficulty. As we have already discussed, Moments itself does not reward you with coins, so you need to be doing something else alongside Moments to continuously progress your club. Because yes, even though you can get tradable packs at the end, just like any pack within this game, there is no guarantee that it's gonna be anything good. So the best thing for you to do is to trade alongside. In between every single moment that you go through, just make sure you're buying and listing a few players just to keep your coin balance increasing. But also it's worth looking at objectives. Objectives are a great way for you to progress, and even though objectives themselves, there aren't too many challenges specifically for Moments, there are still a few. There is actually a Moments section which requires you to do various activities within Moments, complete certain challenges, play with certain players, do certain things, assists, goals, and those will give out rewards with XP, coins, and also a few untradeable packs. Of course, with both of these options, I'm still going to be someone that's going to try and push you as much as possible to trade, because trading is outright the best way to make coins in Ultimate Team. So pairing this up with any type of game mode is only going to make it better. And then just use the objectives as one of those extra things that you're going to build your team around in order for you to just get that little bit more. That way you're able to get coins from your trading method and the players that you're buying and selling. You're then able to get stars from going through Moments, and then you're using those on the star gallery to then get the best of the best packs, which will then hopefully give you coins, if not even better players that you can use in your team. And then of course, on top of that, you're completing objectives, which are unlikely to give you anything super amazing. However, it is still worth going through because it is that extra thing on top of absolutely everything else that we've gone through. I am hoping that EA learned from their mistake last year of really messing up Moments, because within the first few weeks, there was actually quite a few players who did try out this game mode, and there were actually some good responses, even from myself. However, EA did not keep it up. They stopped uploading challenges for a period of time, and then the game mode broke so that you couldn't increase the difficulty even for the foundation challenges, which were able to increase in difficulty within the first few weeks. So anyone new that decided to go through Moments not increase it. It was just that you would get 1 star, even though it should have been a lot more. There needs to be more variation within the challenges this year, and I'm hoping that there will be a lot more challenges where you can increase the difficulty and it not just be in the foundation within the first few weeks. It should also be all the stories that get released with the various players. So far with Sam Kerr, you couldn't, apart from I think 2 or 3 challenges, which were the final challenges of each section. But with this one, we just need to wait and see. However, this is the best way in which you can grind moments. It's not going to be the game mode that gives you the most. However, it is an extra thing that you can do on top, which doesn't require you to invest a huge amount of time. It's one of those where if you're going out but you don't have time to go into a squad battles match or a division rivals match, then you quickly do a few moments, get a few stars, and gradually build this up as time goes on. If you enjoyed this video and you're looking for a few trading methods to partner up with Moments, then I highly recommend clicking the video on screen. That video will go through risk-free trading methods that you can use right now to make hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of coins. I hope you enjoy.